newspaper. I don't know why the YouTube stream ended. I tried to pause it. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We're here in front of the federal courthouse. As you can see, it's the federal courthouse, signed by the President Obama, and actually Judge Pittman was appointed by President Obama also. So what's novel today is very interesting testimony, very interesting indeed. But Sir Gutierrez, the first police officer that shot Alex Gonzalez, shot him in the front of the head and creased his skull, causing him traumatic brain injury. And then, so he was the first one. Lizzardo was the second one, and he fired. So he fired a lot of shots. Here's your United States courthouse. So he fired a lot of shots, 10 shots. So 17 shots total were actually fired, and several hit Alex Gonzalez in the back. He was shot in the back. His girlfriend, Jessica, was shot. And she's already received a settlement from the city, but apparently the city didn't want to actually deal with the family and give them a good enough money. So now we're here, or to give them a good enough settlement. Settlements aren't always money, but a lot of times that's what we think of. Settlements can be non-monetary. In fact, in my first settlement with the city of Austin and the Austin Police Department, I changed their policy, I changed their training. I had memos sent out not to violate the settlement. There's supposed to be some transparency and accountability measures that I don't think the city put in there. So probably going to have to revisit that. But in this case, I don't know what the settlements are always, kind of in the back door. We don't always know what the settlement offers were, but it's typical for the city of Austin to offer the lawyers to offer you $5,000. And I think it's $5,000 to $15,000, somewhere like that, before they have to take before city council, and city legal presents it as an agenda item to vote on. So, if they offered the mom $5,000 and the dad $5,000, together, $2,500 a piece or whatever, that's going to make them mad and make them want to sue. That's what it made me do when they offered me that two different times on two different lawsuits. So, in fact, the first time I was suing for $1 million, I changed it to $50 million. We didn't settle for that, but you can ask for whatever damages you want, and we leave it up to the court process. So right now we're on reset for another. Oh my goodness! For another 15 minutes here. 20 minutes till 11:15. So we only get 2 breaks today. Looking at the fake reporter over there. I don't know what the heck he's doing. He's fake as heck. Anyhow, so yeah, it's a great oak tree. The truth is supposed to be an oak tree. This truth is supposed to be important. This tree is cracked, actually. It's pretty sad. This tree limb is cracked pretty seriously there. Where is it? Right there, yeah. Got this thing holding it up. I don't know if this is a treaty oak, but this is an old oak tree. 100 or more years old. That's how long the justice system has been evolving, and still we're at the point where we cannot trust the justice system. We cannot trust our government employees to do the right thing. We just cannot. We got Department of Homeland Security, Federal Protective Service Police. I don't know if you can see this. Seems like they're running. I don't want to get too close, they might get all mad, but there's 2 of them here. Look at these license plates, they're super generic. Zoom back out. So the case is going. Like, on the first day I was worried. At this point, the lawyer, the Dallas lawyer that the city hired, I mean, not the city, not the city, that was hired, definitely government, U.S. government for official use only, it says. Oh boy, it's got a lot of stuff on it. GSA, General Services Administration, right there. But the lawyer is talking fast. He's got Gutierrez boxed in. Let me check my time here. I still got 15 minutes. Okay, he's got Officer Gutierrez boxed in. Gutierrez is saying he doesn't remember what he did when he shot Alex Gonzalez. He doesn't remember. He remembers some things, but he conveniently can't remember other things. He took training, but he can't remember that he's supposed to take cover. He leaned down and shot all over the car, but then he shot the bottom of the, in the middle of the door, near the door handle, and he would have had to shoot his car to do that. So he's not sure if he leaned back up again and started shooting. He's not sure how he shot. He didn't see that there was passenger in the car, even though he supposedly was trained to check his targets and backdrop. And always keep his eye on his sights. He says he had his eyes on his sights in every shot that he made, but he shot 5 shots all over that car, and then 2 we don't know about. So there's 7 shots he fired. He believed he shot 8, and what it was is apparently he cleared his chamber, because police are often trained to keep one in the chamber so they can just shoot you immediately without having to rack around to load the chamber by pulling back the loading mechanism. And so he demonstrated. They brought in a display of the car, a graphic representation on silk screen on a stand, and they sat Gutierrez up next to it. These are cool. Wild oreganos. Wild oregano. The bees like it. Wild oregano, it's good. Anyway, so he didn't know much of anything. He said, didn't know nothing. He's in denial. He's been caught lying from the things, like he said that the officer had, he said that Alex had a gun in his hand several times to the officers and to 911 and all that. And then he's trying to say that he didn't know that the officers would shoot Alex if he said that. And that he didn't tell them that just so that he had shot Alex Gonzalez in the head, that he might have head trauma, even though they're trained in head trauma. He didn't know that. He didn't say that because he didn't think it was important, or he was just in fear for his life. And in a rapidly evolving police situation, they're trained to do all this stuff, and he did all the things. Feared for his life. At least at this point, he says he's feared for his life. Did he fear for his life, or was he mad? Before he said it was road rage. Now he's saying he wasn't mad at all, that he was just scared. And then he had never shot anybody before, and it's really serious, and all that kind of nonsense. But yeah, it's an interesting court case, y'all. Just to let you know. Very interesting. Very interesting. Good. So, yeah. Is there a protest? Oh, I saw another guy, this narc I know. He was walking over there. He says he's a journalist, but he's not. Yeah, these guys attacked me. The older guy often wears a hat, and he's just like, all these independent medias, like you just need to vet them. You know what I mean? You gotta vet them. But also the regular media, you shouldn't even talk to them. The corporate media, you shouldn't even talk to them, because they'll edit you down. Like, you'll get like 3 seconds, and your enemy will get the whole time and the title. which is all I read is the title. So I don't know about you. I'm like, well, I know everything because I don't have time to read it.
Where are you from?
I'm from Austin.
No.
Challenger Street newspaper. I'm independent though too. I've been doing this for like, well, 14 years, but like hardcore for like 12 years. I covered 1 million protests. And I didn't know there was a protest. Nobody told me.
It's supposed to be every other week.
Oh, it's Republic Square?
Yeah.
I heard something about PSL, right? Look,
This is
Palestinian.
This is just a basic sort of protest directed at Cruz and Cornyn about democracy, sort of anti-Trump,
Okay. I didn't hear about that. I didn't know there was anything targeting Cruz and
indivisible organized.
Cruz and who?
Cornyn.
Cornyn. Okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah, they all gotta go. I'm sorry. My friend was trying to argue with me.
On the banner drops, they had in the metro section. They just had a box with like 8 pictures of people doing the overpass on East 12th.
On 12th.
Yeah, it was a really nice piece.
That's good.
Text, just caption pictures.
That's good. And then they do them right down here on the overpass, Lamar,
really?
right before Town Lake, and there's the railroad track.
Yep.
They've been doing some there
great.
for a while. Those are kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because people aren't driving as fast, so they can read.
No, I do one on Far West and Mopac. And we think we're getting 4,000 cars because we just do the southbound lane.
Right.
4,000 cars in an hour.
An hour. Wow, that's a lot of people. And not all of them are from here. Well,
no,
it's Mopac.
Some of them are repeats. We do the same time, the same day of the week, so we realize we must be getting some people.
Well, that's cool. Well, what time's this thing? Like at noon?
It's supposed to be 11 to 12.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been watching the murder trial. Oh, it's not a murder trial. Wrongful death civil trial of Alex Gonzalez up here with the cops up there lying. I like it. I like it when they lie. Because we need some justice, Cornyn ain't gonna give us justice. What's his name? Doggett. I told him what's going on with APD. So APD, I literally was filming the city sweeping a homeless camp under 35 a few months ago, and a young lady of color said the cops come by regularly and they tell her you're gonna get arrested if you don't have sex with us. So that's called rape. I told Doggett to his face at Houston Tillotson at a rally. They said, Lloyd Doggett, and I turned around and he's right there. And I'm like, well, let's tell him what's going on with the streets and the cops. And he said he would get back to me. They literally don't. They all got to go. That dinosaur and every dinosaur, they're all a bunch of pedos, sex traffickers. We all know that, right? It's not a secret, right?
I don't think Lloyd Doggett is.
All of them together are politicians together scratching each other's ass. So like, if one of them's doing it, they're all doing it. Just like one of the cops is bad, they're all doing it. It's like that kind of thing that goes on that people don't realize. We have no heroes, and Doggett is never going to be my hero when he lets women get raped because they're homeless by the police. But anyways, good luck with your rally. I'm going to go talk to my public. Women that are white don't care about women of color. Number one, women that are white don't care about people that are color. The Karens, they think they got an agenda, but they don't. In the meantime, we got murders going on by cops. And this cop got away with murder. Gutierrez, Serratos, they got away with murder, but one of them at least is facing a civil penalty. And let me tell you something about civil. Under the law, at least in the Fifth Circuit, probably everywhere, there's 11, I think there's 11 or 12, circuits. There's 11 or 12 federal court systems. So there's 11 or 12 sets of law at the federal level, just to let you know how complicated it is. Then each city has their own law. Everybody has their own law. But when it comes to civil rights, there's 11 or 12 sets of laws. And basically, here's how it works. In the Fifth Circuit, if you're suing the police, which is what we want to do, we want to hold the police accountable, they will not be held accountable. The best thing you can do is fire and put them in jail. But since Jose Garza and the city of Austin refused to do that, there's absolutely no discipline and no justice. The only remnant of justice we have is suing the police, and then the city picks up the case. Yeah, these cars are running. These two Homeland Security cars are running here, SUVs, wasting wasting fuel. Waste. Because I can hear them, I believe. Anyway, so, and it gets hotter next to them. Anyway, so, yeah, so they're effectively suing the city. And so, no matter what Gutierrez does, he won't be held in any kind of accountable. It might stain his name. He might not, he'll get promoted by APD. The thing is, the bad cops get more money, they get promoted by APD. So he's going to get more money. He's not going to be held accountable. He hasn't been fired. He hasn't been charged. The DA looked at the police's own information and didn't do an investigation. They let the police investigate themselves and then rely on the police's investigation. Do you understand how this is working? And then the Office of Police Oversight works for the city. Now the city's trying to lower its liability. So why would they hold police accountable when the city could be sued? Because the officer's not going to be held accountable. Only the city would be held accountable. So they're not going to do their work. Let's see what time it is. The time? It's about time to get up there. Anyhow, that's what's going on, y'all. It's a lawsuit against the city. Gutierrez is just the actor that caused the city liability. But there's more actors. The department, the training, the lack of accountability, the permissive attitude of the city, and of a lot of these people, to tell you the truth, in society, that they have a permissive attitude towards police oppression and violence, towards state-sponsored executions, even off-duty cops like Gutierrez, who in his gym shorts, who says he pulled a gun one way, and he didn't pull that gun one way. He actually just demonstrated in a chair in front of a display of a red Kia. He demonstrated how he and I could have sworn he was left-handed. He demonstrated with how he was holding the wheel with his left hand. He grabbed the butt of the gun so his gun was tucked in next to his car seat, next to the center console, and the butt of the gun was facing the window. And he supposedly grabs the gun underhanded, like reverses his hand and pulls it up and shoots it within 2.7 seconds when he feared for his life, saying that Alex Gonzalez had been driving erratic and it was parked next to his car and it couldn't get his door open, and he was blocking him from turning left into the treehouse apartments where Gutierrez lived or still lives. We don't know. Anyhow, so there's a lot of lies. Oh, yeah, there's a little protest for Cornyn. Is this them? Is that them? Oh yeah, here's a little protest for Cornyn over here. Okay. Did I just talk to y'all over there?
No, sir.
Then there's two other women over there on the other side of Republic Square Park looking for the protest. They're like diagonal right over there, sitting down. Yeah.
Well, thank you for
Yeah, no problem. Here comes some more. Woohoo!
No?
No. They had little posters. Hey.
How's it going?
Good. We got it going on today. So we don't have any protesters for justice, but we do have protesters for like which white politicians control us. Yeah, I don't think that helps anything. But anyhow, so the federal agents are watching. You got your federal agents and security guards watching the protesters now, and they're gonna make sure that they don't get on federal property, if they stay on the sidewalk. Which, if you look at this sidewalk, it continues. The bricks were set up by the federal government, so it's almost like they've taken over the sidewalk. I mean, I'm talking all this sidewalk. Even so, here's their demarcation line right here with these bollards or whatever they call them. But this is still the brick, same brick over here, and not all the way, but just like this area right here. All right, y'all. I'll be back.